Hello, and welcome to Rakuten's first quarter 2022 financial results presentation. Here's today's agenda. First is about our 25th anniversary and our vision for 2030. Then I will talk about the progress of each of our businesses and a summary of consolidated results. First, this year is the 25th anniversary of the Rakuten Group. We have achieved many milestones over the last 25 years. We are determined to keep accelerating our growth in the future. Here's a big picture plan for Vision 2030. I will explain in detail in the next slide. This is our long-term strategy called Vision 2030. In 2021, we achieved 1.7 trillion yen revenue with a 15.5% year-on-year growth rate. We want to keep maintaining this top-line growth momentum. Excluding mobile, the other businesses currently achieving a 13.5% operating margin, and we target 20% in 2030, including mobile. In domestic e-commerce, we target GMS to double to at least 10 trillion yen. In fintech, Rakuten Bank seeks to more than double the number of bank accounts to 30 million and with 30 trillion yen of deposit in the long term. Rakuten Card should achieve 30 million members in a much shorter time. In mobile, we aim to become profitable on a monthly basis by the end of 2023. At Rakuten Symphony, we expect to become the world's top player in the virtualized network industry and achieve profitability at an earlier stage. About 2 years have passed since the mobile business was fully launched, and we are now seeing a path to increase profit from mobile as a standalone business. We also have huge synergistic effect with Rakuten ecosystem. In the future, with our stable earning base, we will expand the cycle of encouraging subscribers to join and develop infrastructure. These are the key KPIs for the first quarter. Global GTV reached 7.3 trillion yen with 22% year-on-year growth. Domestic e-commerce GMS grew steadily, achieving a 2-year CAGR of 16%. Consolidated revenue hit 437 billion yen, up 11.7% year-on-year. And non-GAAP operating income grew 8.5% year-on-year to 46 billion yen, excluding our mobile logistic investment businesses and adjustment. Rakuten Card GTV reached 4.1 trillion, up 26% year-on-year. Rakuten Card holders topped 26 million. Rakuten Securities now has 7.7 million accounts. And Rakuten Bank accounts reached 12.3 million. Thanks to higher user retention rates and cross-use of our services, both the number of active users and cross-use increased steadily in the first quarter. This is also remarkable, considering tough year-on-year hurdles due to the boost we received during 2020. Our Rakuten Points program is the most popular loyalty program in Japan. The annual points earned per member has risen 1.4 times since 2019. We continue to promote cross-use and expand the Rakuten ecosystem by providing attractive campaigns with new innovative searches, such as investment using points or buying bitcoins by points. Now, let's dive into more details for each business. Let's start with our internet services. Domestic e-commerce GMS steadily expanded. Revenue and operating income achieved double-digit growth. due to the steady expansion of Rakuten Ichiba Shopping, the recovery of travel demand, and expansion of logistics business. All are showing very steady performance. This is a waterfall chart of operating income by business. Marketplace business increased operating profit significantly. At Rakuten Ichiba Shopping, the retention of users has progressed, and the relaxation of various government measures against COVID-19 has contributed to Rakuten Travel's business performance. In the logistics business, we established JP Rakuten Logistics with Japan Post in July 2021 and transferred our logistics business to the joint venture, which improved our level of service and also profits. Domestic e-commerce services have achieved a high rate of growth compared to the industry growth rate ever since the start of COVID-19 in early 2020. The cross-use between Rakuten Ichiba and each e-commerce service is also growing steadily. We will continue to focus on expanding cross-use and aim to maximize the lifetime value of users. As for circulation business, we rebranded Rakuma and expanded the services. In addition to the C2C services, we added a B2C service. Rakuten Seiyu Net Super showed strong GMS growth, up 24.1% year-on-year. In addition, the amount of GMS shipped from dedicated distribution facilities increased significantly by 17.5% year-on-year. We believe that further growth can be expected in 2023. We are strengthening comprehensive corporate agreements with many local governments in Japan, utilizing our ecosystem services. Excluding minority investment, operating loss for other internet services was 2.3 billion yen. But excluding a decline in profits in Ukraine and expansion in marketing costs at Rakuten Rewards, there was a 622 million yen year-on-year improvement. Let's move on to the performance of our fintech business. In the fintech segment, we expanded our customer base at Rakuten Card and Rakuten Bank. We achieved higher revenue and profits. Rakuten Securities commission fees decreased due to the impact of domestic and overseas stock market conditions. Fintech revenue increased by 5.4% year-on-year to 134.7 billion yen. And non-GAAP operating income increased by 4.8% year-on-year to 19.1 billion yen. Number of users who jointly use Rakuten Card, Rakuten Bank, and Rakuten Securities increased steadily due to the increase of these service users, and cross-use is expanding. The fintech ecosystem is working very nicely. Rakuten Card, the number of cards issued exceeded 26 million in April. Shopping GTV grew 26% year-on-year, and the growth rate since March has been re-accelerating. We are confident we can achieve our midterm 333 targets as shown in the slide. At Rakuten Bank, as a result of higher customer usage, the number of accounts reached 12.3 million, and the balance of deposit increased by 36.1% year-on-year to 7.5 trillion yen. Rakuten Securities had the highest number of newly opened general securities accounts in 2021. You can see all the achievements here. Rakuten Insurance businesses are growing in collaboration with various businesses of the Rakuten Group. Rakuten Payment provides multiple payment services such as Rakuten Point Card, Rakuten Eddy, and Rakuten Pay App, etc. It is a gigantic payment platform. It can be used at more than 5 million locations nationwide. Rakuten Payment has been developing an OMO collaboration strategy with Seiyu, which is one of the biggest supermarkets in Japan. Rakuten Pay App, Rakuten Eddy, and Rakuten Point Cards can be used at all Seiyu stores. We would like to strengthen this partnership. Our overall GMS for Q1 was 7.3 trillion yen, which is up 22% year-on-year. Rakuten Group has a very unique and comprehensive fintech ecosystem. And now onto mobile. Rakuten Mobile has a triangle strategy. Number 1, promoting its domestic mobile business. Number 2, enhance synergies with Rakuten ecosystem. Number 3, global expansion through Rakuten Symphony. Rakuten Mobile has been enhancing our network quality. Rakuten's own network areas reached a population coverage of 96% in February 2023. We are also focusing on indoor measures. We have already installed more than 40,000 Rakuten Casa, which is our femto. With the expansion of Rakuten Mobile's network coverage, the data usage ratio from Rakuten network area has increased. 91% of total data usage is now coming from Rakuten's proprietary network. Despite the free 3-month campaign ending, the acquisition pace has been steadily accelerating. As our network has been expanding, the word-of-mouth effect of Rakuten Mobile is spreading and contributing to the increase of subscribers. In April 2022, the number of subscribers of the MNO service exceeded 5 million. Compared to the number of Rakuten cards issued in its first few years, the acquisition speed of Rakuten Mobile subscribers has been 2.9 times faster. We are planning to achieve 20 million subscribers much faster than Rakuten Card. Now, 11.3% of Rakuten ecosystem users use Rakuten Mobile. We intend to grow this percentage dramatically by leveraging our brand, reward program, and data. MNO business has seen operating losses due to the continued upfront investment. But first quarter marks the bottom, and from the second quarter, the earnings should start to improve. As you can see in this slide, the ratio of chargeable users is expected to reach 100% by the end of June. We should improve Rakuten Mobile's revenue significantly. Our single plan, simple strategy is very appealing to our potential customers and existing users as well. Among the chargeable users in Rakuten areas, their data usage increased significantly, more than 40% from the same months of the previous year, which will lead to further improvement of ARPU. This morning, we announced upgrading our unique one plan, Unlimited 6 to Unlimited 7. We will provide extra services such as carrier email. Also, we will further incentivize our Unlimited 7 subscribers to use Rakuten Ichiba shopping more through further point campaigns. We believe we can drastically improve ARPU and the synergy with Rakuten ecosystem as well. And it will contribute significantly for revenue growth and profitability improvement. We will launch a corporate B2B service from October 2022, leveraging our existing client base and low-cost structure of Rakuten Mobile. Our corporate phone services will contribute significantly to an improvement in profits. And now on to Rakuten Symphony. Rakuten Symphony now has well over 300 employees in 8 global locations. The Lego pieces have been completed with a recent acquisition of Robin.io. The opportunity ahead of us is massive. And now our overseas and contents businesses. Rakuten's overseas and contents businesses remained strong in the first quarter. Rakuten TV total users grew 82.5% year-on-year. Rakuten Viki registered users grew 38.9% year-on-year. Rakuten Kobo registered users grew 8.1% year-on-year. And Rakuten Viber users reached 1.4 billion with 7.5% year-on-year growth. And finally, Rakuten Rewards achieved GMS of $2.5 billion with 10.9% year-on-year growth. As you can see, our global brand awareness is improving dramatically. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the stakeholders of the Rakuten Group. In the first quarter, all the businesses performed very well. We are still investing in Rakuten Mobile, but we believe it hit the bottom in Q1, and the bottom line should keep improving. Thank you very much for watching.
All right. Thank you, Miki-san, for making time, and glad to be here with you. And thank you for taking the time to answer some of my questions here.
Yeah.
The telco industry has already been changed by the launch in Japan of Rakuten Mobile and the progress you've already made. Why did you decide to go into mobile? And as you're answering that, can you also share your vision for how Rakuten Mobile fits in with the ecosystem services you already had in Japan and your overall arching strategy for the group?
Yeah. Basically, there are two fundamental reasons. One is always my playbook has been how to maximize lifetime value of the customer and how to minimize customer acquisition cost. This model worked extremely well for many businesses, including, credit card, banking business, and so forth and so forth. And if you think about where the arbitrage opportunity is, we found the biggest opportunity lies in, wireless network business. So if you think about how much people are paying in Japan and how much we can bring the cost down so that we can give the money back to the consumer, because the wallet share of the wireless connectivity has gone up to 2 to 3% to 7 to 8% for a Japanese household. And I was very confident by using Rakuten ecosystem and a new technology with a very simple business model, we can really deliver, a very good connectivity service at a very reasonable price to the consumer. Using our brand, using our membership, I was very confident about customer acquisition as well. The second thing is the, basically contribution to our ecosystem. Now we have seen people who join Rakuten Mobile, they buy approximately 70% more in our marketplace, and definitely close to 20% of the people newly join Rakuten Card, and so forth and so forth. So since they can pay with Rakuten points for their subscription and data usage, I think there's a huge synergy between Rakuten Group services and Rakuten Mobile. And if I can add one more, which is about the data. Definitely, we need to be very careful about the data. But at the same time, now, we are not blind. We know what people are doing. One of the surprise for me was I thought maybe 55-60% of the people are doing mobile games. Well, I found was 90% of Japanese mobile users use some sort of games. And so now we have a very good intelligence about the behavior of the majority of the people.
No, that's excellent, and I think you pointed out some of the great synergies between all the different business units you have, and as you point out, even aggregate intelligence is very useful for you in terms of determining trends and what the consumers are looking at. So I think that's really great for the subscribers, and it's very impressive. I know you recently announced that Rakuten Mobile has achieved 96% coverage. That's very impressive, by the way, and a subscriber base of 5.5 million. But there is still a way to catch up with the incumbents. And so what do you see as the key milestones on the horizon for Rakuten Mobile?
Well, definitely, we are basically setting the connectivity service. So there are three very important factors. One is definitely the coverage. You need to give a very good coverage to the consumer. Next one is it has to be a very high quality, high speed connectivity. So speed is important. And third is the price. So we know that our price depends on our other incumbents has very complicated setting. Sometimes it's fixed at 20 basically gigabyte, but if you go to 100 gigabyte, you'll be charged like $200 and so forth and so forth. So we just want to make it really, really simple and very, very fair. So I am very confident we will get to 15, 20 million subscribers in the future. This is the comparison between Rakuten Mobile growth and Rakuten Card, our credit card growth. As you know, Rakuten Card is already number one credit card in Japan, and we are just widening the gap between us and second largest credit card company in Japan. And we are growing 4 to 5 times faster than the other credit card companies. I think basically we will probably have a very good market share in credit card industry. But Rakuten Mobile is growing 2.4 times faster than Rakuten Card because simply speaking, the economics we're giving back to the consumers are much more significant than what we are doing with Rakuten Card. Each household can save, $2,000, $3,000 per year easily by moving from other incumbents to Rakuten Mobile. We want to be break even as fast as we can. We definitely need to improve our ARPU, which we're designing to do it. But the data is, people are, from last year, they are using 30% more data than this year. So I think as people use more data, we started to sell many option services. So I think the ARPU is going to keep going up.
Thank you. So let's talk about how Rakuten has pioneered change in the telco industry with Symphony. If we look back, since the launch of mobile networks with 1G in 1979, which interestingly enough happened first in Tokyo, Japan, network infrastructure and build-up patterns have seen very little change. We're now in transition between 4G and 5G and in the different technological era. What disruption is Rakuten bringing to the global telco industry with the launch of Symphony and the SimWorld marketplace?
Yeah, I'll be very, very honest and frank, right, Roy? Initially, I was thinking about deploying the legacy hardware-based, technology and create a very simple business model. But together with Tarek Amin, who is our CTO, and also now CEO of Rakuten Symphony and Rakuten Mobile, we changed our mind and decided to challenge this, new technology, with this new technology to really break through the legacy of the wireless network industry. I knew that it is challenging, but I thought it is worthwhile challenging. Many people in the industry, many people in mobile sector, basically, asked me not to try to do it or reconsider because nobody has ever done. Some of the politicians in the U.S. said this is the pie in the sky. It is not going to happen. It is too complicated, too difficult. But we made it happen, and now we are achieving the milestone which nobody has ever done, which is a significantly lower capital investment to build a wireless network out, and substantially lower, operating cost structure than the incumbents. So definitely this was not an easy task, but Rakuten Mobile Service in Japan and Rakuten Symphony software and platform business are two wheels we have.
No, excellent. And I think it's very impressive. Now, we all look back and say, of course, it's aggregation, of course, open now.
Yeah.
But I think as you said, when you first started, it wasn't clear it was something that was doable. And the fact that you did it is a very significant milestone.
Yep.
So how is Rakuten Symphony progressing overall? And how are you tackling the challenges of creating this ambitious startup?
Right. So Rakuten Symphony basically has two business models. One is just simply selling software, or sometimes just we do outright sales, or sometimes we provide as a service. And the second one is end-to-end integration, like what we are doing for 1&1 Drillisch in Germany. So we are doing both of them. And for the end-to-end integration, we have to allocate so many professionals and engineers to re-engineer the network, design the network, and so forth and so forth. So this is obviously, we're talking about, a multi-billion dollars business, and it is doing well. And software business side is much more not hands-free, but we just basically sell the software. So both of them are doing very well. Besides 1&1 Drillisch, we have announced big deal with AT&T. Now we are talking about global, very big telecom companies. But of course, step by step. But I think it's doing very, very well.
That's excellent. So maybe if you could share a bit more details around, some of the work that you're doing with AT&T. My understanding is that there's some automation tools that you're working with that I think Tarek was quite excited about when I talked to him the other day.
Yeah. Obviously, we have basically two big softwares, right? Or maybe three. Our cloud, through the acquisition of Robin, and our orchestration and OSS software, and the radio softwares. The AT&T deal, maybe in the future, we would like to do a radio as well, but basically on OSS and orchestration side. And plus, AT&T has developed so many software as well. So they would like to basically sell those software to other telecom companies. And thus, they want to put that software onto our, basically application marketplace for telecom platform.
Yeah, no, I think that, as you say, AT&T has done software development on their own for many, many years. And the fact that they're partnering with you to put their software onto your platform on the marketplace, I think that's a huge endorsement of the success that you've seen. And I think that shared vision for the future as well. So that's excellent.
Well, I think that everybody started to really understand this is the future, right?
Yeah.
The question for them is when and how.
Yes. No, I definitely agree that I think they're finally coming around. Not everyone will come around, and maybe not in time, but certainly I think you guys at Rakuten and Rakuten Mobile and the Symphony team, right, have painted a vision for the future, and not just painted a vision for the future, that you've actually executed on many of the key steps so far and demonstrated success.
Right.
So going forward, what do you see as elements crucial to this strategy, for your strategy, for success in the global adoption and deployment of this technology and platform?
Well, now obviously everybody see the living evidence of our technology, which is Rakuten Mobile Service in Japan. And now, according to independent third-party research companies, our quality stats are pretty good, as a matter of fact. So no argument about it. So I think we have to prove that we can deploy the same successful case, same software to other companies. So I think we have to make 1&1 Drillisch very successful, other projects successful, and make sure that everybody feel comfortable that we can be their partner.
Yep. And speaking of partners, I know recently you've onboarded some very significant partners into Symworld, right? I think Nokia and F5 were mentioned. Do you want to maybe share a bit more details around that?
Well, obviously, nobody thought about this marketplace concept that will work on wireless network. So we wanted to create an open marketplace so that everybody can use their service as a service. And now the Nokias and now the very well-known famous companies are joining our marketplace, which is a very good endorsement for us as well.
Yep. No, that's definitely excellent. I mean, Nokia and F5, I think they're usually very careful about who they partner with and who they work with. And again, another ringing endorsement for the platform and I think a recognition that the approach that you've taken is the right one. Right?
Yes,
definitely. Yeah, excellent. So let's talk about Rakuten Group. So given the success you've had, given the strategy you have, especially around mobile, what's your vision? Can you share your vision for the future of Rakuten Group?
Well, we have financial ambition and also the business ambition, right? And then maybe it's fair to divide domestic and international. So domestically, basically, our consumer business is very strong. Our e-commerce, our banking, our credit card, our brokerage, our travel business, our advertisement business are all doing very well. And we came up with a new vision called Vision 2030, which is just keep growing at the current speed, which is somewhere between 13 to 50% year-on-year growth for the revenue. And we will want to achieve the 20% operating margin ratio. Currently, it's about 13, but if you just carve out the profitable businesses, it's about 20% at this moment already. So we're going to make all these unprofitable businesses profitable, keep growing 30 to 50%, and make Rakuten as one of the most profitable companies in Japan, domestically speaking. On top of that, Rakuten Mobile service in Japan, I think it is going to be very, very successful. As we pass the break-even point, as you know, this is kind of not completely, but almost fixed cost business. So once we break even, after that, it is going to be hugely profitable. Internationally, definitely, we have Rakuten Rewards doing very well, Rakuten Advertisement, Rakuten TV in Europe, Kobo, Viber, all doing great.
No, I think that's definitely very positive view, and I do expect to see Rakuten Mobile as one of the key elements of the strategy.
Right.
I think certainly you've established that Rakuten, the brand, represents a lifestyle, and mobile is becoming an important part of people's lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, Roy, one thing we didn't touch upon is our private 5G and corporate, business side of the Rakuten Symphony. And there are very, very strong interest for private 5G. And because of the cost structure of Rakuten Symphony, I think we have a huge advantage for implementing 5G, private 5G with a network slicing. And even for the corporate phone sector, I think other telcos is probably not making so much profit from corporate phones. But because our cost structure is so low, we still can make a significant amount of profit from corporate phones.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The ARPU or the ARPA, the average revenue per account from a corporate phone line is usually significantly lower than that of consumer. And as you point out, if you have a better cost structure, you have a more agile platform, then you will be able to serve the corporate customers from a corporate line perspective, as well as you point out, private 5G is definitely one of the areas for us as a coverage area that's very hot right now.
Yeah.
And given the agility and the cost structure, I have confidence that we'll see a lot of Symphony out there in the corporate world as well. So looking forward to it.
Yeah. This word of mouth effect of the Rakuten mobile service is taking place. Obviously, we started from 0% coverage to now getting to 97. So people using roaming service were not very happy because we kind of throttled that speed after 5 gigabyte. And because the roaming agreement we have is not so cheap. it's very, very expensive.
Yep.
But now people are moving to native Rakuten mobile coverage, and they feel, oh my God, it's so cheap and it's so fast. So even I ask my acquaintances or somebody I meet, they started to share, oh my God, why I have been paying such a high subscription fee, and this, word of mouth effect is going to take place. So again, I think we are going to win in a big way because after all, again, there's only three important points. One is price, coverage, and speed. And we can beat, our competitors in those three, points, I think.
Yeah. No, I think you coming in with a different platform, with a different approach, with cost benefits and agility benefits. I think, as you point out, for the consumer and even the corporate users, it comes down to exactly that cost coverage, and the speed of performance.
Right.
And if you can build on top of that innovation, which I expect that I would see that with Symbol in the marketplace, then I think you have a lot of strengths in the industry, and I expect to see. I think if we talk, again in a couple of quarters, I expect to see that curve going up dramatically the next time round.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
Very good.
Right. Thank you very
Excellent.
much.
Well, thank you for making time, Miki-san. Really appreciate it.